Well, hello out there, great lands of lands. Welcome to the MCU's Bleeding Edge. We are live March 10th, 2023, and going to be discussing the 8th episode of the TV series The Last of Us. Now, this episode happens to be called When We Are in Need, and it was directed by Ali Abbasi, which I'm not too familiar with him, but he is an Iranian filmmaker, and he's known for films such as Shelley, Border, and Holy Spider. That he's known for, but he did direct this episode, and I thought he did a fabulous job. He gave us a really solid episode here that I thought was just really good, and it was definitely a change of pace from the last episode and reinvigorated my love for the series again. Kind of like what happened with episode 3 to 4 too. The same thing. I was like, and then all of a sudden it's like, woo, back up, people. So yeah, I was very happy this episode was really good. All right, so we of course have a fantastic panel here. As usual, we have my amazing co-host, Mr. Jeff S. TrueKnowledge. How we doing, Jeff?
Oh, baby, it's good. It's good to be the co-host of the MCU's Bleeding Edge. What can I say, baby? It's a good spot.
Oh yeah. You gotta love the Bleeding Edge, people. We are crazy, we are kooky, and we are fun. So yeah,
I'm living the Bleeding Edge 365 24/7, yo.
You got that right, most certainly. And then of course we also have joining us on the panel, Mr. J Rent 2000. How we doing, Joey?
We're good, thank you.
Excellent to have you from the Podcast Odyssey. If you haven't checked it out yet, definitely go check out the last episode of the Podcast Odyssey. Both me and Jeff were on the panel with Joey, and we were discussing some fun stuff. We talked about the Flash trailer, talked about Batman, DC, and all that kind of good stuff. So definitely make sure to go check
I think
out.
we should just cancel the review and just play Joey's show, and we'll fucking just watch it.
You're dumb.
There we go. Yeah, let's just do that, people. We'll just watch that for you guys.
Joey, it's like the ultimate fucking plug, baby.
That's hilarious.
It's almost as good as a butt plug. Just one step, just one inch closer.
yes, a butt plug. Yes, that's exactly like a butt plug. Only on the MCU's Bleeding Edge, people. That's just how we do it here. But anyways, so I believe we should have another guest coming back here shortly, and she should arrive soon.
Naomi.
Miss Nay.
Yeah, she'll be here.
She'll be here and rocking out the panel too as well. Who is a new member on our great panel of recording panelists on the MCU's Bleeding Edge. So glad to have her too here as well. But with this episode, I really enjoyed how it started out. Basically, we have a really solid beginning. It starts off where it all of a sudden takes us to this other area where there's a whole bunch of people. And we're introduced to this preacher guy. And he basically, to me, it felt like he was like a leader of a cult is basically the vibe I got off of it. And it's a really fun little beginning to the episode. Basically, he's kind of telling how things are going and all that kind of stuff. And basically kind of giving people, telling them what's kind of going on with their group or clan, however you want to call it. And basically what they are doing to, fix the situation and stuff like that. Basically, they all kind of have like these little side conversations. And basically, they get done with the conversation and leave it at that. And then we go to Ellie, where she's taking care of Joel still. We see her checking his wound to see how it's doing. And she tries feeding him some food and some water. And he's still recovering. And she realizes he still needs some other stuff. She decides to go hunting, basically. So she goes out and she's hunting. And she's using the long rifle. And she actually, from a distance, shoots and kills a deer. And after she shoots it, she goes to try to find it. And when she ends up going to find it, that's when she encounters the preacher and a couple of his fellow clan people, David and James. And basically, they start talking to her, and she's like, being very standoffish and, basically saying, "Hey, this is my deer. You're not getting it. I will shoot you if you try to take my deer," kind of deal. And basically, they get into a conversation, them trying to get to know who she is and stuff like that, and like why is she out here and all this kind of stuff. And basically end up kind of coming to an agreement. Do you have medicine? And they're like, yes, we have medicine. And she's like, well, I'll share half the deer with you if you get me medicine. And he's like, okay. So he sends off his one guy to get the medicine, and basically Ellie and this preacher guy are still there, and he keeps trying to talk to her and find out information from her. And you can see the wheels turning in both of their minds, what they're trying to figure out and stuff like that. And he keeps trying to dig in deeper and deeper, and she's like, being resistant. And at one point, the clever girl she figures out what's kind of going on here. And basically he agrees, like, oh, okay, I will let you have the medicine, and we'll take half the deer. But they end up taking the whole deer anyways, and but giving her the medicine. So that's kind of the beginning little section of the episode. We'll stop there. So, hello, Nay. Welcome to the panel. As we see just you now. Anyways, so going around the panel, what was your guys' thoughts on this intro to the episode? What were your thoughts going into this episode? And just overall, what were your thoughts on this beginning? And what were your guys' vibes of the preacher? What did you feel like? Did you get like kind of a Children of the Corn vibe from him? Did you get kind of a cult vibe? Was there anything specifically about him that you were just like, I know there's something wrong with this person? Starting with you, J-Ren.
It was definitely different from the last episode that we saw, for sure. It just didn't seem to give that build up that we talked about last time, like, experiencing the adolescence of the previous episode and kind of just being like more symbolic in a different type of way. This was more like action based, and it had more of a like a horror mystery type horror scare to it episode. You did mention that it was a different director, right?
Each episode is directed by a different person.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, because this one you can tell if you're watching closely how the mind was like, the way they made this episode as opposed to the last one. It just felt different. Obviously the same story. They show her going hunting because she learned how to, shoot the rifle. He showed her how to shoot. Then they meet up with they see the preacher. We see the preacher in the opening scene talking about that they need food for the town. And, they asked about the rations. Remember, they asked about the rations, like how long would they last them in that winter. So they went to go look for deer or to go hunting. It was a pretty standard, what you'd expect for a situation for somebody to shoot a deer. The thing is that I don't know how they didn't hear the gunshot, but they saw the deer. I don't remember if they heard the gunshot. I don't think they did. All they saw was like the deer that was dead. And I don't know why it took so long for her to find the deer. I mean, but those weren't big like killers in the episode. I'm just thinking about it right now. Her sneaking up on them. I felt like it was a little bit realistic in the sense that, she had them at gunpoint. They dropped their weapons. He went to go get medicine for them. They were talking in that area. The situation really seemed odd. Like he kind of knew who she was or knew who they were because of the guy that they killed. Remember they killed the one guy? That's the story, right? Is that when they got away in that one building, he killed one of the guys, and that was part of their group. I found it interesting how it played out, how like you wanted to let them live. And I didn't get the cult vibe right away. I felt like, okay, religious guy trying to hold it together at this point. And this point in there, I was just like, okay, just a religious guy, religious group. He seemed nice. He was like, we can help each other. Get the medicine. It's no code. Get the medicine. Give her the medicine. So in a way, I almost felt like he was a nice guy at that point. Again, never played the game, so I don't know how that actually goes. At that point, I thought he was fine. Like I thought it was okay. Well, this is going somewhere. I don't know where it's going yet. But obviously things change later.
Joey, you were hoping you might get his number, huh?
Get whose number? The guy? Why would I hope that? From a show?
I'm just kidding, dude. Come on.
Oh, I know you're kidding. I'm just waiting for the part where your joke gets funny.
Well, I'm laughing.
I'm just playing.
All right. Thank you. Thank you both. You guys are great. Shout out to Jocelyn in the comments there. Thanks you for dropping by, Jocelyn. Yeah, most certainly. Are you sure they didn't start sucking something or a threesome? I know where this is going. Possibly. Who knows? It is HBO. They can do a lot of crazy things, Jocelyn. So most definitely, it could have happened.
Jocelyn,
what show?
Josh, you ain't got enough game to be doing no threesomes, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't hard enough for all that. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying? No, Josh is my friend, so I can fuck with her if I want to. But I'm just messing with you, Josh. You survived a lot, my friend. You're one tough cookie, so I'm sure you can probably handle a threesome or two. Just not as many. Just not as many as I've done.
What a compliment.
You know what I'm saying?
Compliment City.
I don't think you have enough. I don't think you have enough years left on Earth to actually catch up to me. Unfortunately.
Yeah, you can handle a threesome. You got this.
Hey, especially with me, you don't have to really do much. I facilitate all of it. So you know what I'm saying. If I got to run that shit like a coach, I will. Anyways, I apologize, Cyber, for going on one of my sexual diatribes.
You're fine. Anyways, Nay, are you there?
No, she's just a black box.
Okay, we'll go to you, Jeff. Your thoughts on the beginning of the episode, please, sir.
Oh my God, is it me and Nay have an inside joke about that whole thing with the black box too?